Hi guys, how's it going? Happy Wednesday. Oh my gosh, the weeks. It's just like flying by. Do y'all feel the same way? So as you pop on here, say, hey, Amy, tell me where you are tuning in from. If you've never watched before when we've done these Facebook Lives on a Maker Studio, I am your official mother maker, and I love showing you how to craft a beautiful life. It is something that we really love. We love inspiring you, and we love educating you here at a Maker Studio. So we love doing projects, crafting projects, creative projects that are on such a level that you can really enjoy them. We say enjoy the bragging rights from them, but also something that you can use in your home. This may turn into a business that you want to turn around and be selling this, maybe in your Etsy shop or at a crafts fair or whatever, or maybe it's something that you want to be able to give as a gift. Maybe even you want to give this kit as a gift. So what we've done, we have been in this whole launch of our resin products. Our Amy Howard at Home resin is amazing. It is non-yellowing, it is self-leveling, it has a UV protectant in it, it is non-toxic, it has no odor, and it is one of the easiest, most enjoyable acrylic resins you will ever work with. And so we're so proud of it, and we are introducing these kits because one of the things, I don't know about y'all, hey guys, hey, when I am shopping, when I am at one of my favorite craft shops, one thing I hate doing is having that list of something that I've seen on Pinterest, and I am wandering all throughout the store, and it's like, I want to be able to get everything. I just want it shipped to me. I want to have it all together, and then I want to be able to recreate the project. Are y'all the same way? So that's what I did. I wanted to be able to put everything in here. So this brand new kit that we're introducing today is to be able to create your own geode coasters. I want to show you this. So I put it together. Hey guys, as you pop on here, say hey, tell me where you're tuning in from. Say happy Wednesday, Amy. And I love seeing you and your names. It's just like when I see your names pop up, it's like I connect because y'all are part of our tribe here at a Maker Studio. So look at this. Is this like the biggest treasure trove you've ever seen? So the cool thing about it is, if you've not done the acrylic resin and things before, it's going to bring you into a whole new world. If you love crafting and making things, I'm sorry, but there's nothing more fun. And so what we've done is when we put these kits together, we actually even have your hero shot. It shows you look at all the yummy stuff that comes in here. And then look at this. We have a step-by-step recipe card on the back that way maybe you're gonna give this as a gift to somebody for the holidays, or maybe it's just for you and you've seen it. It's like you can watch the Facebook Live again, but then you're gonna get it and it's like the step house. It's like, how great is that? That way it's all in here together. The only thing that you're gonna need to be able to add to it is a mask to be able to work with. I always wear a mask, and then some gloves and some measuring cups, or even just some plastic or paper cups that you use in your house. So I want to be able to do an overhead to show you how I do this. Are you ready? All right, let's do this. Okay, so this is perfect. I love being able to do these overheads. So that way you can see everything that kind of comes in it and then what it's for. And now I'm going to walk you through the steps so we can actually execute it. All right, so in your kit, you're going to get your Amy Howard at Home Acrylic Glacier Resin and then your hardener. So these two containers always have to go together. So this is an actual 8-ounce bottle, but putting them together, it will make you 16 ounces. So this is a ton of geodes right here. And then you can get some more molds and you can do it on other projects too. All right, so then the next thing you get in your kit is you're gonna get a full size of gilding size. This is gonna allow you to actually be able to gild the edges on your geodes. If you've never done that, oh my gosh, it's the most fun. So we've also got an artist brush for you to be able to do your gilding, but you can also use it on a lot of different projects. We've got your wood sticks to be able to, I'll be blending my resiner and my hardener together. Then the cool thing that we've included in here for you is this allows you so much versatility, guys. So we have 6 different pigments. So you've got a Scandinavian gray, you've got a provincial red, you've got a pewter mica, a metallic, you've got Strasbourg white, and then you have Côte d'Azur. So the cool thing about it is you can mix this pewter mica. Oh my gosh, one of my favorite colors. Matter of fact, I think we need to do that today. The pewter and the Côte d'Azur together make the most amazing metallic resin. It's just so fab. So you can mix your blue and your reds together to be able to make more purples, which is one of the geodes that we see right here. Like, do you not love that? So fab. And so you can, your imagination is the only thing that's going to keep you in a box here, because this is like the most fun you're ever going to have. I think about with myself going back to when I was a child and how I just loved creating, and I didn't have the confines of I can't do this or I can't do that. So we're just going to really have fun here, and it's going to be a whole new world for you. So then we've got these 3 molds, our geode molds. So you've got a square, an oval, and a round. So it gives you a lot of versatility, and I love being able to have all 3 of these shapes to be able to use and serve together. And then you'll get a full-size container of your gold leaf from a maker studio in this yummy little box, along with your recipe card. So that way it just shows you all the stuff that comes inside, your 3 molds, your resin, your hardener, your pigments, your artist brush, your size, your wood sticks, your mica, gold leaf. It's just yummy. It's just a great, great gift. This is a gift you can give to yourself too. And that way you don't have to go around trying to find everything. And then the recipe cards with the step out instructions on the back. All right, so let's get started. I want to be able to show you just how fun and how easy this is. You'll notice I have on plastic gloves, just to be able to have something to protect your skin. When you're pouring, it makes it a lot easier to be able to clean your hands later. And then when I'm working with it, I will wear a respirator. So, but I am asthmatic. That's part of the reason why I do that. And you want to have a space that I usually lay down some craft paper. We do have silicone mats that you can use, that those come in really handy. The only thing is, as far as me doing live videos, the blue just isn't as pretty. I like the white for you to be able to see it. But when I'm in the studio, I love working with those blue silicone mats. All right, so I'm going to be working with the round geode. And so first thing I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to take my hardener and my resin. So it's A and B. Again, you will never use these alone. They have to go together, because basically the chemical composition of this is what makes it into a hard acrylic resin that you can use for any number of things, with jewelry, with coasters, trivets, hardware, trays, the whole 9 yards. It just makes it we're moving into a world that is going to be so fun. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'll use these little silicone measuring cups. And so there's little measurements on the side of it that I have got to make sure that I'm using 1 part resin and 1 part hardener, so that way they're the equal amounts. If you get just a little bit more hardener than you do resin, then the composition of the chemical composition of your acrylic resin may not be perfect. And when you start pulling it out of the mold, you're going to notice maybe it's sticky. You're going to notice that maybe it didn't get as hard, because these are hard as a rock. I mean, this is like a furniture property. I have a lot of legs of furniture and things that are in acrylic resin. Same thing here. These are very hardy, and you can enjoy them for many years to come. But we've got to make sure that the consistency of the 1-to-1 are identical. All right, so I'm going to go on and pour in a little bit of my resin. And again, ours is a non-yellowing, beautiful self-leveling, so easy to work with. All right, and it's odorless. All right, so now I'm going to take my hardener, and I'm going to pour it into another cup. Guys, as you pop on here, just say hey. Tell me where you're tuning in from. I love knowing all the parts of the country, and the world for that matter, that you guys are watching. Now, I'm going to just put these down to the side. I want to make sure that these are even, and actually, I need a little bit more resin. So I'm going to pour that in here, that I want to make sure that they're identical. I mean, down to the last drop, guys. We got to make sure that this is perfect. Looking good. All right, so now I'm able to mix these. So once you mix these together, you've got about 20 minutes to work with it. So as I'm working on projects, especially depending on what colors I'm going to be doing, I'm in the process right now of working on kitchen countertops. Yes, I said it. You can use resin on doing all these gorgeous stone countertops. You can use this on furniture. That's why it's important that it has a UV protectant in it, that it's self-leveling and it doesn't yellow. You don't want to put all this time into your craft projects and making things and then it turns yellow on you. All right, so I'm going to be stirring this. You'll notice when I'm stirring it too, that I'm making sure that I'm getting everything off the edges. That's going to be really important because, see, as I'm stirring this around, that's blending that all together. And you'll almost see like a cloudiness, just a little bit, as it's starting to get evenly dispersed. Now, my recommendation when I tell people to mix their acrylic is about 3 minutes. You need to be stirring this really, really vigorously for about 3 minutes. So now what we're going to be doing today, you're going to notice on the geodes that I've got that they're iridescent. They've got a gradation of color, almost like a sunburst. Like you would think about a meteor or a galaxy. They're just spectacular, like something that you would see in nature. Look at that. Now that one's a little bit more translucent, where this one is a little bit more opaque. But are they not just yummy? I will tell you, this is one of the most fun projects I've done in working with these geodes. And so I'm really excited to introduce this kit to you today. It has everything in here that you're going to need except for your gloves and your containers. But I'll use a lot of times just like paper coffee cups to be able to mix this up in. So I'm going to take another container. When I am mixing up multiple colors, I want to pour just a little bit down into my container first, because you don't want to put the pigments down into your container first and then put it on top. It doesn't mix as well. You can, if you forget and you do that, that's okay. There's no need to freak out. But I usually pour just a little bit in there. Hey guys, say hey as you pop on and you're watching me on this beautiful fall Wednesday. My name is Amy Howard and I'm part of a maker studio, and I love teaching you today how to create these gorgeous geodes. So just as you pop on here, say hey. Oh, and here's the deal. If you share the video and tag 3 friends, we're going to be giving away this kit absolutely free. So we say sharing is caring. All right, so now look, I'm going to take a little bit of my Côte d'Azur pigment. This is a pure pigment. These come from Provence. The colors are just, look at that. The colors are yum yum. And this is not a paint. This is a pure pigment. So now I'm going to take a little bit of our pewter. This is a mica, M-I-C-A. And this mica allows you to be able to make gorgeous, look at that, gorgeous metallic colors. So I'm going to take a little bit of this pewter, like this, and mix it in here with the Côte d'Azur. Now you're going to be surprised because it's going to turn that light blue color to this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous metallic dark gray with a little tinge of blue. Now, part of the reason why I put just a little bit in here is where I don't want to put a little bit of pigment into like a large, like a whole cup of resin that I've already mixed, because this allows me to be able to get it on the sides really well, to be able to blend it, and then I can go in and add just a little bit more resin. Now look at this. Look at this color. Oh my gosh, can y'all see that in the sun? Look at that. That is to die for. Then I can come back and I'll add just a little bit more resin and blend it. I don't have to come back and add any more pigment. I'm good to go. So just blend that and it'll disperse really well. All right, now I want to be able to have another color. I'm going to go in and mix up a white. So I'm going to pour just a little bit of my resin in here. Again, this is all of what I mixed when I was making my coasters. So I'm going to take a little bit of Strasbourg white. And guys, these pigments go a long, long way. I will tell you, I may have to take my glove off for just a second, because sometimes just kind of getting a grip to be able to open these makes it difficult. There we go. All right. So now here's my Strasbourg white pigment. I'll put just a little bit of that in there like that. You want to make sure that you never get more than 6% colorant in your resin. So a couple of things I tell people, please don't forget this. Make sure that you mix this really well for at least 3 minutes. And make sure that your pigments or your colorant or whatever you're adding doesn't get more than 6%. That will get uneven. And I have to run into that when I'm working with adding like seeds. Oh my gosh, one of the cutest ideas. We have so many cute necklaces and stuff. And we were out here talking and Mary Margaret was like, oh my gosh, we need to make mustard seed necklaces. Do y'all just love that idea? Is that the most fun? As you pop on here, please say hey. Share this video, tag 3 friends, and we are gonna put your name in for a drawing to be able to give this kit away. And then you can go on our Crafting a Beautiful Life Facebook group and share what you've done. These are going to make great Christmas gifts. This kit is a great Christmas gift. All right, so now let's get started. I'm just going to work with these 2 colors. Your imagination, literally, guys, is the only thing that's going to hinder you here, because you can do so much with this. So the first thing I'm going to do when I'm working on my geode is I'm going to go on and I'm going to put in a little bit of clear resin first. So you want to fill this up to maybe just about 20% of the side of your mold, so you can look at it. A lot of times I'll just take one of my little sticks and I'll kind of push it around, just kind of feed it into those little areas like this. The other thing is too, if you, in stirring and things, if you see that you get some bubbles when you're working on it, just take a hot hair dryer or a heat gun and you can just put it past, just wave it over kind of the top of it just for a couple of seconds, and those bubbles will pop right out. All right, so I'm going to give that just a second. That'll kind of level out. I'll add just a little bit more. The leveling properties of this is just absolutely divine. It's one of my favorites. I'm so proud. All right, so now I've gotten that to where it's evenly dispersed. It's all nice and level. That is with my clear resin, with my 1 part resin, 1 part hardener, all mixed together. And now I'm gonna go on, and on the outside of it, I'm gonna come back with my yummy metallic, it was Côte d'Azur and pewter. And I'm gonna do that on the outside like this. Just kind of follow that shape. Get as close as you can. And then I'm gonna come right next to it. You'll start to see as it starts to disperse into, it's dispersing into the actual resin. That's why it's good to be able to lay that down first. And now I'm gonna come back with my white and lay it right next into it. Look at that, love that, it's so fun. And now I'm going to come back again, kind of in the center of it, and lay that metallic color, the Côte d'Azur and the pewter. Look at that. Now, these are going to take on an organic quality. You think about if this was cut out of nature, out of a mountain, or if it was a stone. All of them are going to look different. All of them are going to have qualities of a stone or a marble or whatever. None of them are going to be the same. And so I can take my artist brush if I want, and see how this area, you see a little bit of negative space. Now I can hit that with a hairdryer. It will move around just a little bit, or I can take my brush and just kind of push it down in here just a little bit. I just want to make sure that that color is all the way to that edge. just like that. Hey guys, happy fall, happy Wednesday. Can you believe we are almost in November? Somebody started saying the other day about how many days until Christmas, how many Fridays until Christmas. It's like, stop that, that's sacrilege. Let's enjoy fall. Do y'all feel that way? All right, so now I'm gonna take, as far as, see what this little point is here? There's a point here, here, here. I'm gonna take my brush and I'm just gonna pull it through up to this center section. Let's come to this point right here and let's join them. Let's go, boom. This point, boom. That indentation, boom. That point, that point, that point. And let's start to blend this and get some movement where it almost looks like marbling. Look at that. Is that like the most yummy thing? Now what you're doing is you're kind of stirring this. You don't want to stir it too much, but you're creating this shape. It's kind of a combination of a marbling. Now, this is going to continue to move. You'll be really surprised. Like when I had created this one, the micas are going to kind of gravitate because they weigh more than the pigment, and they'll gravitate and they'll create these really gorgeous geometric organic shapes from that. So it might necessarily not dry this way. It may look a little bit different. So sometimes I'll just come back and I'll blend it a little this way. Look at that. So now it's, look at that. It's giving me a totally different design. Look at that. So then allow this to be able to sit for just a few minutes. Other thing you want to make sure that you're doing is that you fill it up enough. You do want this to be able to be all the way to the top. So you can add some more color. You can add a little bit more clear. If you wanted to be able to add another row in, you could of a color. I just want to make sure that it's blended all the way to the top. There's absolutely no way not to adore this because it looks so natural, like something that transpired in nature. And then to be able to have this and use this as coasters and things and trivets, oh, I just think they're absolutely divine. Now, what we want to do is we want to make sure that this dries for about 10 to 12 hours. I usually work on my projects during the day and then leave it to dry. When I come back in here to the office in the morning, I pop it. It's like Christmas. It's like I'm popping stuff out of molds. Like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. It's like Christmas. So I need to allow this to be able to dry overnight for just a little bit. And so that way I'll be able to pop it out and then I'm good to go. Now the other thing you'll notice, a lot of times the backside, when you're working at it and you're looking at it, the front is actually going to be the backside. So necessarily it's not what this looks like is when you look at it. The other side in the morning, that's what's going to get you so jazzed. And you can choose whichever side. So you're like, well, Amy, is there a back or a front? It's the front is going to be the one you love the most. That way they're going to wear both equally well. Now the other thing that you get in your kit, I'm going to set that aside. Do y'all not just love that color? The other thing that you get in this kit that is awesome, that allows you to be able to gild, is the fact that you're going to get an artist brush, you're going to get your gold leaf, and a full thing of gilding size. So you'll be able to make a ton of different projects. And if you've never gilded before, guys, I'm just telling you, it's so addictive and easy, fun. If you've got younger people in your house that want to be able to learn how to do this, it's one of those things that they just get so excited about. So basically this size is a water-based size that allows you to be able to, once you apply it to something, the size allows the gold leaf, the copper leaf, the silver leaf to adhere to the surface. So this is one that I'd actually already gilded, but I wanted to just kind of show you. So you can dip your artist brush down into it like this, and then you lay it onto the side on your acrylic. You may even want to do some designs or pattern on tops of things. We're actually working on furniture hardware right now. Can you believe it? Which is great looking on furniture. So you can gild any of these. And then you lay that down like this. You want to make sure you don't have any holidays. And then you need this to come to tack. Now, I know y'all are probably going, well, Amy, You've already gilded that. Why are you gilding it again? I'm just trying to show you basically how easy it is and how you can add gold ornamentation to things like this. So you want this to be able to come to tack for about 5 to 10 minutes. The thing is, you test it with your ring finger. If it pulls the skin on your ring finger, then you're good to go. If it's still moving around and still kind of gooey, it's not come to tack, T-A-C-K. That tack with gilding is very, very important. And so then that way, I will have my book that I'll pull out of my container. And then what I will normally do is just have a pair of scissors, because I'm working on such a thin area there. I'm going to cut this. You want to cut the entire book. So that way, you're going to hold the entire book like this. You'll see in between your pages, you're going to have that gold leaf sheet. And you want to pull this back so you're holding on to the whole thing all at once. Now, don't do as I'm doing, because here's the mistake that I've made. My fingers are sticky. And so I need to make sure that, one, I clean my hands, and two, a lot of times I'll put baby powder on my hands when I'm gilding, so that way they don't stick to things. All right, so now I'm going to lay this down like this, the whole book, and then pull the tissue out, and then I'm right-handed, so I'm going to hold it with my left hand, and I'm going to burnish it like this. You want to get down in the crevices really well. And then that way, after you've had an opportunity for that to just kind of stick, sometimes I'll take a separate piece of tissue and just kind of burnish that really well like this. So let me get a brush. It's really good to probably get just a regular chip brush that I'll normally just brush this off and clean it. This. The more you burnish it, the prettier the sheen you're going to get on your geodes. It's going to really give you a gorgeous detail that you wouldn't have any other way. It makes it feel more solid to me. When I do my acrylic and I haven't done the gilding yet, now you'll look at this. Can you see the difference? I just laid my brush down on the side. Can you see that? And then I laid it on the front just a little bit, so that way I got just a little bit of border. I think that added a really pretty detail that made it a lot of fun. So I want you to know, I think this kit that we're introducing today for my Happy Wednesday is a great gift to give to yourself. Look at all the stuff that is included. You don't have to go around trying to figure stuff out. And it's all right here. You've got 4 pigments and your mica. You can mix all these different colors. You've got your gold leaf. You can gild them. Because I'm just going to tell you, this is something that not only can you use in your home and enjoy the bragging rights from, but this is going to be a great gift to be able to give someone to be able to enjoy as well. So, guys, thanks so much for tuning in today, and thank you for letting me do my overhead and show you how to do it. Say hey as you're seeing this, and especially if you're seeing the replay, just do #replay. And I enjoy seeing your projects as you're learning this whole new skill of working with our acrylic resins. Have a fantastic Wednesday, everybody. Love you guys. Bye.